very important scholar in our world by the name of Robert Keegan up at Harvard School of Education once stated that learning is like sitting in your bed and it's snowing outside and it's cold and you're under the covers and you're so nice and comfortable, and getting out of that bed and going out into the world is hard. Learning means going against your biases. Learning means having to focus and understand whether something new is going to be part of who you are. That's not something you sleep through. So learning is not easy. It's hard work. A few issues here. One, let's face it, we're living longer. So 50 years ago, somebody may have retired at 55 or 65, and their life cycle was probably coming to a shorter end. Now we have people who are retiring in their 50s and going back to school and providing second careers. So I think the first part of that is we live longer, we're healthier, and therefore continuing to learn is critical in our ability to function in society on all aspects, not just economically. The second one is if we stop learning, then we will fall behind. And this gets back to the issue of what technology is doing to the world today, and that it is accelerating change. So just because I have a skill today doesn't mean I will have a skill tomorrow. And there are what we call, as we call it, disruptive technology. And what does disruptive technology do? It disrupts somebody else. So I was thinking just the other day that if I owned a medallion in New York City taxi, and I made that investment 10 years ago, and I bet the ranch that I was going to have a very valuable asset, now there's Uber. And what is that going to do to me? Those are the risks of the things that we are seeing. So you have to be on your toes all the time. You have to be up to snuff with what's going on because of this constant accelerated change. And then the last thing is we all form what we call in education generalizations about life. And the generalizations that we form about who we are, our biases, what we believe in, if I were to ask you about almost any topic, you'd probably have an opinion about it. Those opinions have traditionally been based on your experiences and the knowledge that you have. What are we finding out with the world we're living in today? We're finding out new things every day. We're finding out vast amounts of information with big data that we never knew existed. If you're not tapping into that, then the likelihood is that those generalizations that you're living with are probably not real, or they're not accurate, or not complete. So keeping us up to date with new things that we know about life, medicine, whatever it might be, is critically important to us. A very good colleague of mine in a gala that we had who came from Carnegie Mellon gave a comical speech about Leonardo da Vinci. And you know, Leonardo da Vinci had a very unique thing in that he was an artist, but he was also a scientist. And one of the phenomenal things that I learned is that there is a science to art and there is an art to science. And yet when we look at most people, they're in very separate camps on those two issues. And there is an art of your science and a science to your art. Leonardo da Vinci was the person who measured the distance with the thumb. There was a scientific part of his art. And it is very important in the world that we live in that science and art come closer together.